Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! The following video will contain spoilers from the Flash Season 3 teaser from the San Diego Comic-Con. So spoiler alert, if you don't want anything ruined for you, stop watching now! But for everybody else here, hey guys, Dave here. Long time no see as far as for the Flash video. Sorry about that, but things are starting to heat up. I was waiting for something to finally start dropping. I thought it was going to be a little closer to around August or before that, but fortunately, San Diego Comic-Con's brought us some of the good stuff. We've seen various trailers drop for Arrow, Legend of Tomorrow, yay, and of course The Flash. Great stuff. Now, here's the kicker. One thing we've been seeing is that, yes, they're going into Flashpoint, but it's not going to be the same one in the comics. There is an altered reality, but certain things have definitely become different. Cisco Ramon is now a billionaire, and the people that Barry were closest to in the other reality is no longer there. So, I mean, they're there, but they're total strangers to him. The only one that seems to know these changes that happened are Earbot Thawne, and he's just mocking him away. In this reality, Wally West has become the Kid. He's in the Kid Flash costume, but he may actually be the Flash in this reality. Now, if you take a look at my Mystery Speedster and Multiverse Theory video, it covers some of the things I'm going to be talking about in here too. See, not only are we going to be dealing with Eobard Thawne still being alive, but one of the big bads this season is going to be not only Reverse Flash, but also Doctor Alchemy. Now, this is an interesting big bad here because he's a multiple personality guy, one good, one evil. At first, he was a villain that called himself Mr. Element. He used different, he uses knowledge as a chemist to create certain chemical and elemental-based effects for committing crimes. But later, he got a hold of an item called the Philosopher's Stone. It's believed that it was something that Merlin himself had to change lead into gold and other various things. It's the same thing that beings like Faust and others have sought out throughout the history. And with it, he became Doctor Alchemy. This is a being straight up that can just, at will change one element into another. And he's used that to commit various crimes. He can also affect people to a degree. I believe in the comics he once turned the Flash into smoke. Fortunately managed to get himself back together. But yeah, this is interesting because one of the things I've heard is that the voice of Dr. Alchemy is going to be played by none other than Tobin Bell. Yeah, the voice of Jigsaw from the Saw movie series. And I think he's coming to play a game. The fact that Barry seems to be having moments where he gets a flashback or a vibe, as it were, of the name Alchemy and reality being threatened and stuff like that, I think is actually key to it. And we're thinking about something that, like in this reality, Cisco is so rich. I think that his vibe power actually kicked in, and what happened is that because of this new and altered timeline, he's still connected to it, and he gets visions of great technologies from either the future or alternate realities, and he jumped on them to start creating them. That's how he amassed his fortune, because the ripple effect across the whole multiverse hit him, and he's able to profit from that. It's a little different than the Cisco Ramon we're used to, but at least, hey, that's my theory, it's just my guess. But thinking about how every season has an overall theme, and since Barry didn't learn his lesson from the Speed Force, since he went back and he changed it, take a look at, like I said, my last video dealing with the Flash talked about the possibility that Zoom's pulsar cannon may have actually had an effect. It may not have destroyed reality, but what if it harmed it? What if it cracked it? What if it damaged it? And of course, it doesn't help that things like this and altering the timeline like they're doing in Legends of Tomorrow and now Flashpoint keeps just pounding the crap out of the multiverse's fabric of reality itself like Ike Turner on Tina. That's not good for anybody. So, here's my theory. Once again, going into the quantum state. Now, yeah, atomic stuff is good, but right now the big buzzword is quantum theory, because at the subatomic quantum level about things, matter starts to act really weird in ways that are almost unpredictable, but also could be almost akin to magic for those that don't know. Transmutation is all about what not only Firestorm is starting to get his transmutation power, but now we're starting to see that Doctor Alchemy is coming forward. Transmutation, changing something from one form to another. In the quantum theory, it says that by observing something at the quantum level, you alter it. You just flat out change, its path just by seeing it. So, what if this Philosopher's Stone that Dr. Alchemy has is not magic? I know we've seen supernatural stuff in Arrow, and I hope to see more Constantine and stuff like that, but I don't think that's the case. What if the main weapon in here is where science and sorcery starts to blend? Where does that happen? At the quantum. Here is my theory that the Philosopher's Stone that Dr. Alchemy is going to possess, what if it's actually a fractured, broken off piece of the multiverse itself? A section of the bleed, the part that separates multiverses. What if this fractured part of the multiverse made its way to Earth? He's gotten a hold of it thanks to the ripple effect caused by Barry. And what he's doing is, on a quantum level, it's easier to alter its probability and reality to change it one element into another, rather than just rearranging its molecules. Like I said, it's an interesting theory, and I think it would actually kind of make sense. The overall theory is that, look at what Zoom did, look at what Barry did. They are damaging reality. Now, it can eventually heal, it can strengthen, but reality keeps on taking so many hits, it's not having time to recover. And because of that, this is going to be the overall lesson. I think this is what's going to lead to the weakening of reality fabric and creating a possibility for Supergirl to merge with this reality. And other weird stuff is going to be starting to happen, and Central City is going to be the hub of that. And I wouldn't be surprised, I would not be at all surprised, if the solidified piece of the multiverse, the Philosopher's Stone, if every time it's used, it's creating more and more damage to reality. That could very well be the overall key to what this entire season is going to be. This could be the one thing that could finally drive home to Barry that just because you have the power to do something doesn't mean you should do it. Just because you can go back and affect things doesn't mean that when you do, you won't have a ripple effect that's going to change, alter, and possibly decimate other things the way they should be done. This is why the universe is so ticked off at speedsters, because on a whim, these guys could break the freaking rules, and the universe is ticked. Like I said, just an idea. But it makes sense, though. Something like what Zoom did, something like what the Legends did with, a triple shot of trying to take out a bad guy at 3 different places at the same time. All of these are affecting the fabric of reality, shaking like a baby. That's not healthy. So, it's my belief that this season's going to be dealing with not only the Legends, but also the Flash, realizing just how fragile reality can be, and how certain things, you've got to que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. You have to know what you can fix, know what you can't, and be wise enough to figure out the difference. If you can make a difference, do so, but you got to live in the time right freaking now. If you keep going back and changing things, you're going to irrevocably damage all of reality. You have the power to. Doesn't mean you should always keep using it like that, or at least if you do, be an expert. So, at least that's my theory. I think that Dr. Alchemy is going to be driving the point home about just how fragile reality is and how reality itself needs to be fixed. And much like the way Flashpoint merged both the standard continuity, the Wildstorm universe, and the Vertigo universe together, we're probably going to see a similar suture with the Supergirl reality into the mainstream thing of the DC on CW universe. At least that's my thought. What do you guys think? Please like, comment, subscribe, share, pass this bad boy around. Please feel free to pass this out to your various groups and pages and stuff on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you guys want to talk about this about, because I think I'm onto something here. This could be the overall underlying fabric of what Season 3 of The Flash is going to be about. What do you think? Until next time, Dave signing off. Peace. Yum yum.